What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and right now we have so many things going on. EA Sports has finally unbanned me. They unbanned all of you, by the way. Unless you were banned prior because of coin buying or whatever like that, the auction house is now back up and running. There are a lot of other things going on in the game, so we're going to go over those things. There is a new level up glitch, but I'm going to show you the best possible way to do it. The first thing we're going to talk about is the unreal moments, the actual events. Okay, now one of them is going to give you an 89 overall token, and the other one is going to just be a CPU mode where you can get coins and packs and things like that. Yes, the packs that you get, you can possibly pull anything, but what are the chances that you're going to pull anything good? I don't know. Very few people that follow me on X tell me that they pull good things. And it's a lot of dudes that, you know what I'm saying? It's over 17,000 of you guys that follow me on X. It's no way possible that I'm going to tell you, yo, play the CPU event, because not enough of you guys give me the feedback that there are good packs in there. I do get a few that gets good stuff, but if you want to really go through it, I would recommend you play the actual head-to-head, and you get the token and you get a much more valuable card for free inside of the set section for the Unreal. Now, overall, I don't really like this promo. I'm gonna tell you why, and it could be because they changed so much of the AP usage and stuff like that with a lot of the abilities, but I just think that they're doing too much. All right, now LT is pretty much, if you're gonna spend money, LT would replace Teddy Hendricks on the D line, because he also gets that Edge Threat Elite. If you wanted to test it out, what I would recommend to you guys that are asking about it is to see how it is before you then pay for Teddy Hendricks. Now, the free kicker and the free punter, you can see that if you have little, I just showed you the stats there, so you can see if you have little as your kicker, it makes no sense to do this. The only thing that's valuable about these players that you get for free, like you can upgrade them as you go through, is the fact that you can put them in your lineup as your two free Unreal Moment players. And then you'll get credit for, you know, the XP glitch I'm going to show you right now, because you have to have two of them in there and then you have to score a ton of points, but we'll get to that in a second. That's the set that you're going to use for the token that you will get from playing this week's event. It's winning 10 games like I showed you earlier. If you want to go through the pain, feel free to do it. I know I'm going to do it because you guys are going to want me to do it, and it's just a little bit more exciting to watch me rage. But again, it is what it is, because that Aaron Rodgers does get Gunslinger, so, you know, it works out. And he's at 1.6 or something like that. The only problem is this. Let me just say this to you, right, guys? Just to be very, very clear, speed is very important. So him getting Gunslinger is excellent, okay? But if your game plan is to run around like a crazy person, this will not work for you. All right? I just want to be very, very clear, you know, just so that everybody understands. He does get Gunslinger, but he's also 79 speed. And then if you give him the, you know, the 3, he's only 82. But is Gunslinger worth it? I think Gunslinger is probably going to be a good ability for me, personally. But overall, I don't know how it will work for you, so I don't want to just say, yo, this is the move. You know what I'm saying? As far as the other Unreal Moments players, I told you about LT being a limited. Pretty much, if you utilize Teddy Hendricks on the D line, you can get away with that. Cromartie, if you have a theme team, he's 91 speed. He adds to the Dominic Rogers Cromartie, the DRC duo. Visibly, he looks good. Okay, but I don't want him at 88 speed, and he's not a Raider, so for me, it wouldn't work out. Okay, the Return Man ability, I don't really know what that's going to do for you, so I'm not going to recommend that either, because Return Man hasn't been good for a very long time, so there's no need for me to do that. Other than that, the way that the cards are priced, it makes sense where they are, because this guy doesn't get anything really crazy. So it's not like, yo, go jump and, you know, get Stephon Diggs or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Like, Deep Elite is a joke. So a lot of the abilities that don't work, I can't tell you like it's a reason to do it. You see what I'm saying? In his case, Lawrence Taylor, I actually predicted that he would be 86 speed, and he was. He gets the Edge Threat Elite. So what I was telling you guys earlier, right? For those of you guys that are like, yo, gee, should I sell my top 100 player? If you wasted all that time and energy to being in the actual top 100 to get the card, I would say if you're using Teddy Hendricks on your D line with Edge Threat Elite, sell him, right? And just get LT. That way you net like 7 mil after tax and you're good to go. Other than that, I don't really know what to tell you, but now, Teddy Hendricks, that, you know, I got the champion one because, like I said, I had the logo, but they patched that glitch when you get the top 100. So I got the 89 overall one, the champion one, and he's like 88 speed for me, and I use him, you know, as my user. All right, with Lurk Artist. So it works out for me. It's like the old school back in, like, you know, 2025, Madden 25 days with Julius Peppers at your user. So it works out. Inside of the store, okay, there's not a lot going on, but I just wanted to point out that one of the beginner offers, right, they're going to give you a chance at, you know, 81 plus. There are reports that people are pulling B&D limiteds. All right. Now, will that be you? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? Will it be me? No, I got an 81. You know what I'm saying, bro? But it might be you. So make sure you go in there. It's 1 cent. Just make sure you go ahead and get that done. All right. Those are some critical points. Now, as far as the new level up glitch that's going on, we're going to be eating very, very well. Like I told you guys before, make sure you're doing your dailies, obviously. But I want to point out, like I told you guys before, you got to check the season programs, because what EA is doing, they are giving you a ton of XP, but they're also trying to pressure a lot of the newer gamers to just spend money on the field pass, right? But us as veterans, we know we can take our time, because the field pass, is it really going to do much for us? Probably not. With this right here, this is what I was talking about with the Unreal Moments players. You need two. I'm going to go ahead and show you another alternate way to get it, to add other players if you don't want to, you know, mess around with your kicker and your punter, which I don't think any of us want to mess around with. So it's kind of weird that they give those players to us for free. Usually they give us another type of position. They didn't. So I would just recommend using a set, putting together a couple of the cards and putting them in your lineup, and then going ahead and just scoring points. But make sure you get that done, especially if you play the game organically. So that way you're not really like pressuring yourself to keep doing it, because you can go into a challenge, right? And you can get that done in about 30 minutes. Or you can play the game itself and just do whatever, like go to events, you know, grind for that token, stuff like that, and go from there. Because I think, for the most part, that it's going to be a little bit easier for you to do that. You know what I'm saying? If you just grind the game organically rather than repeating it over and over, because you have things that you can do right now. With this right here, always choose the lowest set that requires the least amount of cards if you're just looking to add players from a promo to put into your lineup to get, you know, the objectives done. That's it. And I'm going to show you, like I said, a lot of you guys are like, yo, G, I appreciate you, my new format, the way I'm showing you. Before I was just telling you, and a lot of you guys are like, yo, G, can you show it? So now I'm showing it, so that way you understand the way that I do it. And I just go through any program. This is primarily what I do. I find the cheapest version of the cards and just put them in my lineup. If it's one, I do one. If it's two, like in this case, I use two. That is it. I'm not doing anything else that is like a secret. Like, this is what you have to do to get that, get the players in your lineup the cheapest way. Throw them in there at a position that you can add them in, and that's it. So that's the way that I did it. Now, if you don't mind switching your kicker and your punter, and you're gonna play offline, you don't need to buy anything or do any sets. You just add two of those unstoppable moment players or Unreal Moment players, and you know, you're good. Now, I left this way to show you guys what EA did. They made my Josh Jacobs obsolete. They made Unstoppable Tank 10 AP because people complained about it, and it's absolutely ridiculous. It's 100% ridiculous, because now you can't really do anything. So all the grinding that we did, they took it away. They just took it away, bro. It's so ridiculous, bro, because so many people couldn't get this card, so there's no reason for them to have done that. And it's just such an L and ridiculousness. And I'm really, like I said, I'm not even really surprised about them anymore. By the way, I want you guys to do me a favor. I would like for you guys to do me a favor and check out my Ghost of Yote that's coming out. Like, bro, Madden is really starting to drive me crazy. So I'd appreciate you guys to check out the videos. Please let me know if you'll watch, because I'm going to put some out and you guys can kind of check the gameplay with me as we go through it. This game is wild, bro. Anything that's working for us, they just take it away. Like, it's ridiculous. They did one good thing by making something hard to get. We get the card, and then they make it obsolete. Like, why would you have Unstoppable Tank as 10 AP? Who are you listening to that you would do that? It makes no sense. So what I'm showing you guys right now is just how you go through it, adding your player in, all that stuff, as I go on this wild rant, because I know a lot of you guys are going to be really upset, and it's going to be a lot of comments like, yo, G, what is this? But this is what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the newer version of what EA is when it comes to Madden. they are very unfriendly with the actual gamers that love their game. And well, not love the game. I haven't loved Madden in a long time, but I'm just saying the idea of Madden is still what it is. But they've taken away all the joy and everything that's worth it because they listen to people that don't know what they're thinking in their own brain, and they just go ahead and just do it. Like, why would you do it? It doesn't make any sense. But either way, that's neither here nor there. We're going to go ahead and throw these players in, and then from there, we are now going to, pretty much know what we have to do when we grind out the game. So what's going to happen is you guys can pretty much expect for me to go ahead and get that token in the Unreal events because it's worth it. I will try out Aaron Rodgers with Gunslinger. I do think he's going to be obviously better than Drake May because Gunslinger is going to be an OP ability. But look what they did though. By making Conductor 10, if you got Conductor and Gunslinger, you literally have 1 AP for everything else. So EA is taking away that factor of everything in the game and just making it so you can only be one way, which is not ideal for Ultimate Team. Makes no sense. You should have a variety to do whatever you want and be able to utilize your AP. In this case, it's just not the case. So, it is what it is. Ultimately, right now for you guys, I would kind of pressure you guys into getting that event done and taking a look at what you got as far as packs and trying to figure out how you want to, go forward because this drop is obviously not as good as we thought it would be because I would think that Randy Moss would have probably got an Unreal moment, but whatever, doesn't matter. But to end the video, I just wanted you guys to see visibly because I know many of you guys have gotten your, your free players. Teddy Hendricks is him, boys. If you have an opportunity to get him, make him your user. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.